Hello, the name is Ben Morales. People call me Ben Morales, among other things. And this is an entry into my video journal. Just a regular entry. I keep journals, I keep notebooks, I fix Androids, I hack Linux, I do all kinds of things like that. And I wanted to talk about my experiences this past year since COVID came out. And I've noticed a lot of animosity. I have been receiving so much animosity simply because I use native computers. Okay? Now, I go to the forums and I'm on the computer, and the developers are really friendly. It's a community of people that really help each other get through, hardships and broken things and everything. Trying to fix legacy systems, Androids, running Linux, whatever you call it. And I've noticed that the younger generations, I didn't have a computer when I was growing up. Okay, so when I was old enough to buy one myself, I really fell in love with computers. Then I started using Windows XP. That's what I started on, and it was very, very difficult to keep it maintained. I was pulling my hair out trying to keep it up, the system up. So then, in an act of desperation, I bought SUSE Linux at Best Buy, and I installed it, and I managed to play a Radiohead song on it, and it crashed on me, But I caught the bug, so one day I went to my friend's, not my friend, he's not my friend, but he's the dealer that I go to. His name's Izzy. He runs a company called 210 Geeks. And he had on the counter where you pay, he had an Ubuntu CD. And I asked him, "What's this?" And he goes, "This is a Linux distribution that's coming out." So I said, "Can I have one?" He said, "Yeah, go ahead, take it. It's free." So I took it, I went home, I tried it, and it worked. And I've been using Ubuntu ever since. Ubuntu Linux. And I can do a lot of things on these devices, computers. What I've noticed is that Windows 10 is so obsolete. I tried to install Windows 10 3 times and get it to stay safe, but it's simply not safe. Okay? Anybody can get into it, anybody can use it. Hacking Androids, and that's another thing, Android. It seems like I see all the commercials for Chromebook and all these new devices, and it's based off Linux, and you can get Linux for free as long as you don't abuse it, pirate things or everything. And the Freedom of Information Act, guys, okay? You have the legal right to one copy of any artistic work on Earth, basically. And it's called the Freedom of Information Act. And the police are just damn hostile in San Antonio, okay? I'm a law-abiding citizen. I go to the grocery store, I buy my food, my water, my little mineral water, and I leave. But I face so much animosity from the security guard. It's like, they want to intimidate me into not going. And I look at them, I'm like, I need food, sir. Okay? And it's a monopoly, and I tried to file a complaint one time, and they all raise their eyes like, we don't have complaint forms. They're one of the biggest food chains in the world. They don't have complaint forms. So, I get a lot of threats. I get a lot of hate mail. I get a lot of spam, all that. And it's really getting old. I feel like the world is fighting back. The earth, in and of itself, is fighting back. With all the storms in China, with the droughts in America, and wildfires, all that. I think that humanity has overstepped its bounds, in so many ways, so many different facets. that we probably couldn't describe what's happening. Not just one person. It would probably take the government to do it. You know? But the animosity that I receive simply from being capable of using these systems. I have 3 systems running. I typically only use one at a time, but I can link them, I can connect them, I can root androids, all that. And I've never met so much animosity in my life since people figured out I could do that. You know, I pretty much keep it to myself. And I found that the developers are very cool about it. Most of them. But it's the people that simply don't know. You know, that there is an alternative to Windows and Mac. Okay, and that Linux is pretty great. You know, not to toot my own horn, but to thank the developers for making such a great product, a great instrument to express yourself, to be creative. Windows is dying, guys. Okay, and I refuse to pay all that money to use something that's probably going to break on me in 5 years. And that's another issue with the Androids. Okay, the Androids are designed to break. You know, and people spend so much money on these devices. I don't have the money. Okay, I live on a budget. I get government assistance. I do all that. But the reality is that it's racism, guys. Okay, it's racism. I'm a Mexican American, a Latino, whatever you call us. I'm an American citizen, and it's so difficult to deal now with all the chaos that's happening. The police are simply abusing their power. The police are abusing people. The security guards are like they're gods. The cashiers, you know, they're just rude. You know, and we're gonna get through this, of course. You know, humanity's strong, but I think it's a wake up call, a sign from God. You know, I'm a devout Christian. I'm a lay Buddhist, and what's been happening is really disturbing. With all the crime, the racial hatred, the everything that they do, you know, it's kind of a bad situation all around for everybody, and I hope it improves as of today, which is the 23rd of August. But for months, my grandmother hasn't left the house. My aunt is terrified. My cousins are terrified. And the police have been following me. Okay, it's not my illness. It's cop cars, you know. Simply because I take care of my grandmother and do what I need to do. So I drown in my work on Linux, Android, you know, and just as a matter of course, don't use Windows. You know, it's a failed system, and it's too much money for what it is. You can do twice as much with Linux, Ubuntu Linux. You can go to Distro Watch. You know, you can do all that. And I'm going to be making more posts on this thing as soon as I feel a little bit better. Still kind of recovering from all the bad stuff that's been happening. So with that, I close this journal entry, and I hope you enjoy it. Thank you.